Good morning. Welcome back to the Queen and King of some media, Shani and Scott. Shani, Scott, and Melz in the morning. Good morning. It's Friday.
Hey, we made it. Congratulations, everybody. You made it to the weekend. You made it through the craziness that was this week. Congratulations. Welcome to the weekend. And we back in full effect. The king and queen of some media, Shani Scott, Melz on the MIC. Back at it
Yes,
on this Friday.
yes. On this
Yeah.
Friday. It is Friday. It seemed like the weeks just go by so fast, though.
Yeah, I know. It's because I'm new here and this is my first weekend in Tyler wrapping this up. So but I'm gonna be working this weekend anyway, so this ain't no real Friday for me because I got look, I got some more work to do. I'm gonna probably be in the studio all weekend long. But I'm gonna be out in these streets this weekend for sure, all across Tyler, coming hanging out with y'all in the street. See,
Yeah,
look,
that's
see,
good.
Sherry said no echo today. Good morning, Sherry. Look, Sherry said we ain't
Hey,
got no
Sherry.
echo today.
Yeah, we kind of figured it out, Sherry. We figured it
There we
out. We
go.
figured out what it was.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
figured out the issue. I think, and it was my fault.
I wasn't
it
gonna
was my
say that. I wasn't gonna say that. I
I'm
was
gonna go.
not
No,
gonna
I'm gonna
say
go ahead.
that.
I'm gonna take my L. It was my fault. All this time, we come to find out all this time foolery with the echo and everything has been my fault. So now, here's the issue though. I can barely hear Shani. I can barely hear Shani. I'm super low. I can barely hear her. But at least y'all can hear both of us clearly. No echoes. No craziness. Let's get it on.
Yeah, and and you're lower in my headphones too, because
Oh, okay.
we used to hearing stuff so loud
Mm-hmm.
in our ears, and so it's low. So like I'm like, okay, I can hear you though. I can hear what you're saying.
I
Good
can hear you too.
morning, my sister Leslie.
Good morning, Leslie. How are you? Good
Yeah.
morning. All right.
But see that goes to like our sound was an issue and the audience was having a problem with that
Mm-hmm.
last night on Versus.
Mm-hmm.
Sound was an issue, and I think that's what really made it bad.
Right.
What? Oh, Sherry is saying that you're low.
Can you hear me now
Let's see.
without an echo?
Without an echo.
Let's go.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. But the
All right.
sound, I think, for them was the issue. Shanti, I know when she got on, she was walking them through what to do with her sound.
Mm-hmm.
When Keisha got on, she had to do a real quick mic check, and I know a lot of people were upset because they were late. But it's possible that the sound check could have been the issue
How long
because
we
you
got?
know how it is sometimes, and this happened. I saw this happen in real life with an artist.
Mm-hmm.
They got to the venue late
Mm-hmm.
and missed the sound check. Okay. And they wanted to do the sound check. They were
Right.
like, oh, we got to do the sound check because I can't get up there. People are, recording this stuff on Facebook Live, and I don't want to have a bad show. And then it's out there on the internet forever. Well, they couldn't do a sound check. They didn't want to do a sound check in front of the audience that was already in there. They wanted the audience to come out, which they should have been on time for the sound check. I'm just saying. But there were issues.
Nah, you copping
The
please for these folks. Stop copping please for these
I'm not
people.
copping, please. It's just that we know what goes on behind the scenes, and
And I
if
get that.
if your sound is off, it's not gonna be a good show.
I get again.
It's like for us, we got all them shows that were good shows, but the echo is there. Who can I send that to?
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. But at the same time, we different. All right. We po. All right. Look, we po. All
Well,
right. Look,
they pro too.
But no, them jokers had how many times have we had false starts on this damn thing? All right, they're supposed to do it on December 12th. You're supposed to do it in January. You're supposed to do it. Y'all done had two or three false starts on this, and nobody sat down in the week, day before yesterday. Yesterday, ain't nobody sat down and said, "Let's rehearse this shit. Can we figure this out? Let's make this perfect." Y'all had almost a month and some change and of anticipation and folks helping y'all push this show and getting ready for it and hyping the audience up to get people to come out and come watch the show. And y'all didn't do the basic
But
things
it's
to
not
prepare for it.
them. It's their team because the
But
artist,
again,
the artist wants to walk out, get the mic, make sure that it's okay. The artist ain't about to stand there and talk to the engineer and do all this. They just want to hear themselves in their mic. Is the mic good? Now, their team around them is
mm-hmm.
supposed to make sure all that other technical stuff is right.
And that's what I'm saying. It's
So
not so much. I wouldn't even put this on the team. I mean, like I said, versus and the team and whatever team they got around them, they all should have know. They know people ain't doing this. Is what I be saying about black business. We don't be we got something popular and jumping off. We got something that's trend setting. But look what we doing. We doing the most unprofessional ish ever. Y'all knew. Y'all knew. Like that's the thing that keeps getting on my nerves, and that's why I didn't watch this stuff. Watch it last night because I was so annoyed. For starters, we've been helping y'all trying to push this show. Everybody's been excited. Everybody's been anticipating it. And here y'all come still fumbling the ball when the show start. Because, and again, and this is what continues to baffle me. You had to cancel the first show because one of your artists decided they won't go fly out to Africa and do photo shoots during the damn pandemic. All right, that's problem number one. This thing was doomed from Jump Street. All right, from day one, everybody was hyped up, but it was doomed from Jump Street after Ashanti won't get her hard-headed ass on a plane in the middle of a pandemic and go all overseas and catch COVID. So that's number one. Then number two, you cancel it again because y'all try to blame them folks acting a fool at the Capitol. but again, y'all had all these weeks to prepare for it. Y'all even put out a flyer saying this is gonna be the final day. We're gonna finally do this. This is the last and final day. So ain't nobody sat there and said Monday, hey, don't y'all think we need to make sure the sound is good? Tuesday, y'all wanna make sure the sound good? Y'all wanna make sure we straight? Y'all wanna do sound take something? Wednesday, still nothing. Y'all wait till the show start at 7:00. Let's try to figure out the sound. And then as it was 7:55. That was the only time I checked into Versus was at 7:55 p.m. And all the comments was, where are these heifers? like they was up and down the timeline. Where these heifers at? Everybody going, we've been hitting for an hour. We've been sitting here for an hour waiting on them. It was a disaster from jump.
Hey, all gas, no breaks. Yes, we are a morning show. Thank you for tuning in. One of our Twitch viewers. We really appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you for engaging.
This is a show or something? I love that question.
Yeah.
It's something like that. It's something like that. It's something like a morning show.
Yeah, we're the queen and king of some media.
Of some media.
Some media.
But like I said, that it just irks my nerves because this goes back to what we was talking about before on the show about how we don't do good business. Like you got something major going on right here. If this was versus Kelly Clarkson and and Taylor Swift, you best believe them sound checks would have been on point. They would have had sound checks on point way before this whole thing started. So they should be ashamed. They should be ashamed for this, man, because they should have known better. What up, DJ Earl? What up, family?
Good morning, DJ Earl. Yeah, because for me, the sound was a problem. Like I didn't want to watch it because it sounded like my daughters went in there and said, "Let's get on live together on our phones," and I'm gonna go in this room and you go in that room and we gonna do it. That's what it's the sound quality. Right. So for me, I think I got to Shanti singing The Way That I Love You. And I think that's like the fourth song in. And I was like, okay, y'all, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But I've seen both ladies perform live and they do good shows. So it was really disappointing. It was really disappointing.
That's why I didn't watch it from the jump, because I knew something inside me told me, well, for starters, when they reschedule it again, I was like, we good. Y'all go ahead and keep that because y'all already lost the audience. Y'all already lost the anticipation, the excitement. We was all gassed up. And now after all these false starts, it was like, do we really care? Like, do we really care? And then the funny thing is, from what a lot of the people that I seen who was keeping score or so-called keeping score at home, a lot of people saying Ashanti washed her. But even though
they said Ashanti won because Keisha was so late. Mm-hmm. B, they were saying that Keisha was off key, and she did hit a couple bad notes. Now Ashanti was over there singing, but she wouldn't hit her high notes. She would not hit her high notes.
Ashanti don't never hit them high notes.
She wouldn't hit the high notes. Yeah,
she ain't gonna hit them high notes.
Doing all the other stuff, but baby, she wasn't working.
No, Ashanti ain't gonna hit them high notes live. I can tell you that from she ain't gonna hit them high notes. She'll hit them in the studio where we could get some processing and some compression in on that joint. But she ain't gonna hit them live because she know her voice is shaky at best at times. It's shaky at best. Now Keisha, I don't know what happened with Keisha, We know Keisha can sing. We know the girl can
Yeah,
sing.
she can definitely sing, but I don't know what was going on. She was had too much Ciroc or something. I don't know. Because he was sipping on that cup. Just a little time that I watched. I'm like, well, girl, do you. Do you. Maybe she had to get drunk to deal with the BS that was going on.
Well, she was
That.
already Keisha was already annoyed by this whole thing from Jump Street because after the last time they announced that this was the final date, I went to their Instagram page and she left a side eye comment. She just put the side eye emoji in there, so I knew that she was over this whole thing. I could tell she was pretty much done with this. Ashanti, if anybody needed it more, I think Ashanti needed this look more than Keisha, from what I could tell. And so that's why when I saw the side eye from Keisha, I'm like, Keisha is so over this. She
Yeah,
is
because
so
when I
over
get in the
this.
car today, I gotta, go some places and do a lot of driving. And when I get in the car, who I'm gonna be pumping? Keisha Cole the
Look,
whole way.
on our own, we did our own battle. We said Keisha Cole had this thing on lock. Now I don't know what happened last night. I don't know if she picked the wrong songs. I don't know or whoever picked the songs for her. But
No,
from
I
what I
mean
could tell,
her songs was on point. It's just if you've seen her perform and you saw that,
mm-hmm.
it's like, baby. I mean, it was one of those things where, like, okay, when I'm being petty,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna be petty because this some BS.
Mm-hmm.
One of them type things.
Oh yeah, I know
That's
them
what was
days
going
well.
on. So I
I
was
know that
like,
well. I know that one well. I know that I know that. Look, look, I know
mhm,
that one well. I know that. Look, we can go back to the tank story on that one. We can take that
mhm.
back to the tank story. I know
Yeah.
exactly when Shani didn't had enough. Oh boy, the petty. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, there's not a more petty person on the planet. I mean, the slick side commenting, the side eyes. If it look, boy, look. If I know one thing about Shani Scott, if she ain't feeling it, she in that situation, the petty.
So I think
Ooh,
that's
it's
what was
vicious.
going
Ooh,
on
it's
with
I have
her.
experienced said pettiness. It is vicious. It's some and look, and the thing is, all you can do is just shut the F up. That's all you can. You can't even debate your ass on this. You just gotta shut the F up when when you get into the petty mode.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say it like it ain't no slick thing. I just say it and look at you right in your face. Yeah, I said it. Hmm.
Like I said, I immediately think of Tank Night. I immediately think of Tank Night. That was a whole lot of petty going on that night. Whole
It's
lot of
good.
petty.
Mhm.
But
Hey,
but
we
like I
got some
said,
breaking news though.
we got breaking news. What we
We
got?
got some breaking news, some sad breaking news.
Uh
Hank
oh.
Aaron's daughter has confirmed that he has died at 86 years old. This morning he passed. He's a Hall of Famer for baseball.
The Hall of Famer,
Um,
home run king, all time, one of the
mhm.
all time home run kings, hits king, Hank Aaron, passed
Yeah, he
away.
broke
Sad news, man.
Babe Ruth's record of
Yeah.
714 in 1973. Not really sure why, how or what the reason is that he passed, but his daughter has announced that he passed this morning.
Well, rest in peace to the great Hank Aaron, one of the uh, trailblazers, one of the all time greats in the sport of baseball, icon in baseball, without a doubt. And of course, his home run record was broken by Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire so many years ago. Sammy Sosa and them as well broke his home run record, but yet still. An icon in baseball. Played through the Jackie Robinson era and a whole bunch
Hmm.
of other stuff. And became a superstar in baseball and one of the most respected figures in the game. So sad news this morning, man. Rest in peace to Hank Aaron, man. That's
Now
sad
you
news.
remember the Morehouse School of Medicine where I told
Yes.
you they were doing vaccine Saturdays. Well, he and his
Yes.
wife actually went to try to encourage more Black Americans to go get their COVID shot.
Mm.
But they went. He and his wife went and they got their shots. But I'm curious to know what happened. What caused them to pass?
I'm trying to read the story now. I mean, it's probably age at this point. I mean, he was in his 80s. He was 86 years old, and from what I'm reading here,
And he got
uh,
that COVID shot.
uh, but yeah, from what I'm reading here, it doesn't list or did say what was his cause, the cause of death. But he was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2002, um, uh, and also an activist for civil rights himself, because
Mm-hmm.
he dealt with a lot of, when
Uh,
racism was
uh
racism.
Really?
When look, like,
He could
we be
tell us
talking
some
about, like,
stories.
look, them shit. they dealt with that real. You know what I'm saying? That this is lightweight what we dealing with. Them folks dealt with, look. Shoot. Aaron was born in Mobile, Alabama, and didn't play organized high school baseball because only white students had teams. During the build-up to his passing of Root's home run mark, threats were made on his life by people who did not want to see a black man break Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth's home run record. So yeah. After he retired, though, he became an executive for the Atlanta Braves, and try to help more black people get involved in baseball, because that is what's been happening in the black community. We used to dominate that game of baseball, but now, black kids don't play baseball as much. And one of the problems is because most black kids don't have access to parks and baseball diamonds and equipment and stuff like that. Uh, unlike in white communities, they don't build parks in our communities like they used to anymore, or put baseball diamonds. Because I grew up playing baseball. I played little league baseball. I loved baseball as a kid, but the older I got, the more I hated it. Uh, uh,
Why?
well, for starters, the entry point to becoming a major league baseball player is much more harder than it is in the NFL or the NBA. Okay, I seen a lot of young guys, like who I graduated high school with, get drafted by these major league baseball teams, and then they go send them down to these farm teams. They don't go to the
Mm-hmm.
league. One of my classmates was the number 4 pick for the Cincinnati Reds baseball team the year he graduated high school, but you never heard of him. Because what happens is they send these kids down to these minor league teams and these farm systems, and most of them get lost in the sauce, and they end up never going pro, so they never make it to the big money. They'll give them like a big check to sign with the team, and then when they don't make it, they just disappear. And so that's why a lot of young black people. That's one reason why your chance, you could get into Major League Baseball and probably get onto a minor league team. You get sent out to Round Rock, Texas. But I thought I was getting drafted by the Cincinnati Reds. No, you got to work your way up from AAA, from 1A to 2A to 3A to get to the majors. And that could take years in some cases. And most of these boys, and when you're working in minor leagues, they don't pay you that much. They get paid less than us in radio in most cases.
Bless their
so
heart.
so that's why a lot of these boys, and when you have a pipeline like that, this discourages a lot of black kids, because they're superstars. They're coming out of there. They're the biggest thing in high school. Why you think Kyler Murray, the Oklahoma quarterback, he plays with the Arizona Cardinals. They gave him $2 million to come play baseball. He said, you know what, I'm gonna go play football. Because despite the fact he got $4 million from the baseball team, he went back to school and went play football, because and gave him the money back. Here's your $4 million back once he signed with the NFL. I don't want to play baseball here, because the same thing he was about to happen. He got $4 million, and they was gonna send him to go play on some minor league team somewhere. Man, I'm a Heisman trophy. I just won the Heisman damn trophy. I'm going. The Arizona Cardinals gonna make me the number 1 pick. Why would I want to go play baseball? So that's one of the reasons why a lot of black kids are not getting involved in baseball. It has a lot to do with no access to parks in a lot of major cities, and no access to parks and equipment. I could find a basketball court in the hood. I could find a football. We could play football anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of one of the reasons why a lot of people, a lot of black kids, and to their credit, Major League Baseball has put out an initiative to lure more black kids into baseball. They're building parks in urban areas and stuff like that. And Hank Aaron was one of the people involved in that, because he saw that trend as well. So that's the unfortunate thing about that. So there's your sports talk for the day, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Me and Shani Scott. You see, we get it all, baby. You get gossip, you get celebrity gossip, and you get a little sports talk. That's why I'm here.
Well, one of my favorite comedians has been in Austin doing some shows, Dave Chappelle, but unfortunately, they have to cancel all of his shows because he just tested positive for COVID-19.
Damn. I did see that. COVID-19. Yes,
Hmm.
Dave Chappelle for some, and Dave loves Texas. Like, people don't understand it. Dave Chappelle, like, really loves Texas. He's been doing a lot of his comeback shows. One of his Netflix specials, one of his first Netflix specials, was actually shot in Austin at ACL Live. And he's been doing all these great. And look, all them shows sold out. Like the minute them tickets went on sale, they sold out in 5 minutes. But damn, But Dave, I think what Dave messed up was he brought his ass down here to Texas where we don't give a damn about COVID and masks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that because Dave, from my understanding, has been doing shows in Ohio most of the time. He's got some land out there in Ohio, and he's been doing shows out there, and they've been in his COVID protocols, strict COVID protocols. But he decided to come on out here to Texas, do a whole bunch of shows. He's been hanging out here in Texas. He's been hanging out in Austin. People been seeing him out in the streets and hanging out in restaurants and stuff like that. That's where you messed up at. You shouldn't have brought your ass back down here in the middle of this shit. I think that's what Dave messed up at. But that's unfortunate. And I hope he recovers, man, because that's scary right there. Like I said, as someone who done had that COVID, it's scary.
Yeah, he's got kids, a wife, and oh my God.
Yeah.
But he's quarantined right now. Now,
Okay.
this is some strangeness. And you know, when I heard this story, I thought, okay, maybe this man just maybe he doesn't relapse and he high on crack or something.
Oh Lord, who's this?
Lamar Odom in this
Oh,
celebrity fight. It's like, didn't you see that other dude get knocked out? You know,
Nate Robinson.
why are you putting your 41-year-old self through this?
Well,
Why?
boys won't step up and get embarrassed. So look, and I'm here for it. If you won't step up and get embarrassed, go ahead. That's your call, Chief.
Well,
Some
he's
things just
training. He's training. He has his trainer is this dude named Xavier Biggs. He's supposed to be like the best of the best, but I'm just like,
and
you an ex drug addict. I mean, what are you doing?
who he's supposed to be fighting? Who he's supposed to be fighting?
That I don't know. I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know
like I
who he's
said,
supposed to be fighting. I
them
know that
look.
he's
If you ain't
fighting.
used to get, if you ain't used to getting punched in the damn face, this ain't for you. All right, like boys be thinking they can train up in a couple months and they think they can step in the ring with anybody. You see what happened with Nate Robinson. You see what happened with Nate Robinson, because all that training go out the window once you get punched in the damn face.
Yeah,
All-
okay.
all-
So they haven't found an opponent for him yet, but they're
Mhm.
looking for a major household name. Lamar, please go sit down. Please
Please,
sit down.
please, please. But then again, that man trying to get away from them Kardashian household, so let that man be
Well,
great.
this ain't helping. I mean, you better off over there than doing this. You might die. I mean, think about all that drug use. I mean, the injuries that you might already have to your brain, and you about to go get beat in the head.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, let them go. Like I say, some folks need a friendly reminder that there's some things you just don't need to be doing. You need to be sitting your ass down somewhere with it. And Lamar's one of them. But I'll let him have it. Let him be great. Let him be great. Let him be great. Because we
We
all gonna
want
be
him to
sitting
be great. We do. We want you to be great. That's why we want you to sit down.
now. Because when he get knocked out, and we gonna meme it up. Look, we gonna meme it up. We gonna have you laying on the floor. Oh look. Go ask Pacquiao. Go ask Nate Robinson. We got that boy laying everywhere on the floor. So go ahead and make yourself a meme if you want to. Press your luck. Go ahead. We gonna be here for the jokes when it happens. So please believe me when it happens. Now I did see this story. I was working on this, Shani, this morning. I did see this story real quick. Did you see that Maya Angelou is getting a Barbie doll?
Yes,
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, ain't it?
that is.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
see.
gonna buy one.
Did you buy one?
I said I am gonna buy one.
Well, good luck on that because they are already sold out, baby.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
They already sold out. They limited it to 2 a customer, and folks have snatched them up like hot cakes. The folks are trying to get their hands on this Maya Angelou doll. It's a beautiful doll, though. I'm not I'm a boy and I don't play with dolls, but
Well, I
so,
mean, you get it for a keepsake. Yeah, you
yeah,
get
it's a beautiful, it's a great adult keepsake and all that good stuff. DJ Earl said we about to see how much Queens by the really got to. Wait, say that again. We about to see
What
how
we about to
much.
see? Let's see.
We about to see how much Queens by. Oh, how much Queens he really got in him. I know you're talking about because he from Lamar Odom from Queens, New York, if I'm not mistaken. We about to see what kind of street he got in him. I got you, brother. I got you, Earl.
Oh, he's talking about Lamar
Lamar
Odom.
Odom.
Okay.
Yeah, but Lamar just needs to go sit down somewhere, man, because it's because like I said, that's where Deep Robinson made the mistake, and even Floyd Mayweather was saying, boys need to stop with this because if you ain't, if you got to go harder than just a couple of months of training to step into the ring, you got to go like that's why Nate Robinson got knocked the hell out because his opponent has actually been doing this for some time now. He's been training for like a year and 2 years and some change now, and actually been doing this. All right, but the rest of these boys think because I was a pro athlete and I was in the NBA, I could do this. I could get in the ring and fight somebody.
You were
And the
not
minute
getting
they get
punched in the
punched in the
head.
face, all that training goes out the window.
Yeah.
Boop.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I done forgot it. Lord, I done.
I
Bing.
mean,
Oh,
that baby got hit, and I mean, he just collapsed in the ring. He looked like he was dead on every. I said, "Oh my God,
ooh, oh, you talking about Nate
why?"
Robinson, right? Yeah,
Yes,
look,
that was awful. That
if you go
like,
back and watch that fight, if you go back and watch that fight, and then you see it at the start, you can see it at the start. I seen it at the start when Nate Robinson got punched in the face. At the first time he got punched in the face, look at his face. You can see the panic in his face. You can see the panic in his eyes. Like, oh shit, this is real. What up, Kevin Young? What's going on, my brother? How you doing? K Young Productions in the building. When he got punched in the face, you see his eyes bulge up. Like, and you could tell in his mind, he was thinking, oh, Lord, why? And I got myself into. I done forgot everything these people that told I done forgot everything these people that told me. I
yeah,
done forgot all my training. It goes out the window. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. And then all that nonsense goes out the window. So, man, I hope Lamar Odom reconsiders.
I hope he just says, "Okay, I was just playing, y'all. I was just
Or just
playing."
or just say that you was just getting in shape. Now that I could buy. If you saying I'm just
Yeah,
training
I'm
just to get
I'm
in shape,
training for a movie, something.
yeah,
But I mean, please do not get in the ring with one of these
don't.
people that
Because the
are
people,
ready to show you that you done made a mistake by doing this. It's like, or maybe he'll be high. Maybe he'll get it. If he get on some good PCP, hey, won't nothing bother him.
yeah, if yeah, we know if there's one thing we know about crackheads, they're impervious to pain.
Yeah, so
The
maybe he'll
crackheads
be
impervious to
okay.
pain. They is not scared. But you know what? And I wanted to talk about this. Still have not heard back from our friend.
Oh, that crazy fool. Well, I don't think I haven't checked. Well, I haven't checked my DM. Let me see.
Check your DMs real quick so
Let
we
me
can see
see.
what
I
we.
haven't checked them. I haven't even been on Instagram. I need to do better. I got 16 messages here. No, I don't have any. These are old. The last one I got was from my daughter.
Oh,
What did
okay.
my
So
daughter
nothing.
send me?
So nothing new. No update.
Oh, she sent me a TikTok. Oh
Oh. I was trying to get an update. I'm trying to get an update on your DM situation because catfish episode was the catfish
yeah, it's a
episode was
Friday
horrible.
catfish episode. No, I don't. He maybe he's. I mean, maybe he got the message. Maybe somebody told him they called you out on the show. So
Well,
maybe
well,
he's
if
not
that's
gonna
good,
do
then
that anymore.
just recognize that you need to stay out my sister DMs. Real quick though, shout out to Jeter Jones. I'm gonna be in the streets tomorrow here in Tyler at the Empire Lounge. For Jeter Jones, he's gonna be performing live with his whole JBE label family. And so I'm gonna be out there hanging out with y'all. So come hang out with us. Come catch some Southern Soul and Blues this weekend at the Empire Lounge in Tyler, 4414 Watson Road. I'm gonna be out there hanging out with Jeter Jones and the fam, and plus a new episode of Brown Liquor Music drops tomorrow night, 6 p.m.
Yes.
on WTUG 92.9 and also WBOB radio on Sundays from noon until 3 p.m. online. So go follow me and get all the details on that. But lots of Southern Soul jumping off this weekend. And don't forget to download that Media Room 360 app for some good shows this weekend. Y'all got a lot of good watching this weekend. So
Yeah.
go ahead and download the app. What's going on over there? You all right?
I don't
You
know. It's
crying
I
over
feel
there?
like my allergies. I'm like, what? I woke up
You all
different.
right over there?
Yeah.
You sure? You look like you about to cry over there. Look like you
Nah, I ain't about to cry. Ain't nothing to cry for.
in your feelings.
I ain't in my feelings about
Feelings.
nothing.
Pick up
Nothing,
your
nothing, nothing.
feelings.
Now I am in my feelings still because she didn't perform that on the Tiny Desk concert.
She didn't probably have everything she needed for the Tiny Desk concert,
And
but
she had everything she
I
needed.
picked up that record. I'm running that on my show this afternoon. So make sure you tune in to the King of Some Media show at on 107.3 Kiss FM this afternoon from 2 to 6. I'm gonna run that joint again. That's a hot record right there. But
Well, let me
but
ask you
what?
this. What is going on with these NBA players? So, Shaquille O'Neal is the community relations director for a sheriff's office in Georgia now.
Mm, yeah, he's been doing that for a while now. He's been going back and forth. He did that in Florida for a while too when he played there. But Shaq is also making headlines because he's been doing this thing on his show on Inside the NBA at night, where he's been trying to, I guess, create smoke.
Let's
Is
say this
de-escalation needed?
de-escalation needed. I have to explain. Leslie is the de-escalation team. So
Oh, okay.
if Leslie would have been with us on the tank thing, then she kind of would have stepped in and
Mm.
fixed some
Yeah, because
stuff
I wasn't
before
stepping in.
it got to all of that.
I wasn't stepping in. I'm about to let this. I'm about to let all the smoke roll. But but Shaq has been doing this thing where he's been ridiculing a lot of the younger NBA players. Been talking trash to them and talking and making fun of them for some strange reason, saying how much I couldn't have been better than them and I would have did this. Sounding like one of the old dudes that's upset that he's washed and can't play no more. What is going on with Shaq? I don't even know what his deal is. Wait, where you go? Where you in?
To de-escalate.
No, you had to go de-escalate. Oh, okay, okay. All right. You just disappeared on me. They took over. Just left me here all by my
Yeah.
lonesome.
But I mean, I heard you, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the older players feel like the younger players feel more entitled, and they're not, because they are different. They are different. But I will say this, because in the late 90s, late
Hmm.
90s, I was a sports reporter and I covered the NBA.
Right.
And so I remember how Shaq used to act with
Hmm.
me in the locker room. Very immature.
Hmm.
Very immature. So it's like, oh, now you older and you got some sense, but that's how you was acting too. Y'all were silly and
You know what?
disrespectful.
But you know what K Young do? I think he do it for motivation or to tear them down. No, I think he's just trying to troll these cats. I just think he's
Hmm.
trolling. I think he's just trying to, because I think one of the players he got on TV and said, and he was like, "Hey, young man, this, and this, and this," and the kid said, "Oh, you just a casual." And the kid, like these kids clap back at you. You know what I'm saying? So he called Shaq a casual, and Shaq then went off and about, I think he went off about somebody else. And I get it that you got the rings. You can talk. You entitled. Like if you got the rings, you entitled to express your opinion because you've been there and you done it. But but I think Shaq is more on a trolling thing because he notices that gets him headlines. When he talks reckless about these kids, and that gets him headlines, and it gets him more attention, and he gets more love because this is the era that we live in now. This is the era. It's the trolling era. It's say it even if it's wrong as hell. Say it, and people will go crazy, and you'll get all the attention.
Yeah. That's
Because
ridiculous, because he just, I don't know.
because
I
I don't
think he
get it.
doesn't realize that he old and he
Right.
doesn't matter anymore.
And it's a different generation. They ain't Shaq. You was guilty of the same thing. The old players used to talk trash about you back in the day too, when you was out
And
here
he
doing the
he was
fool.
rude and
Yeah,
immature, and I mean, just ridiculous.
it's
Ugh.
cyclical. Like, okay, give me a Shaq story. Give me a Shaq story. Give me a Shaq. One of those incidences where Shaq was being rude or just immature. Give me a story.
So I'm all of 5'1", right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now this is what you guys have to remember. In the late 90s,
Mm-hmm.
when we had to cover sports, when they walked off the court, we
Mm-hmm.
had to walk in the locker room with them to get our story. There wasn't no press conference set up.
Right.
Okay. So you gotta go in the locker room. So this was at Reunion Arena.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget it. And so I'm in the Mavs were playing. I think at that time Shaq was, I think he was playing for the Lakers.
Okay.
I think because I had Kim and Kobe that day.
Okay.
So I'm in the guest locker room. Shaq standing there. I mean, he at least has his boxers on because a lot of times they come out butt naked, and that's a intimidation tactic. One too many women in there. I definitely was usually the only dark skinned sister. All right. So we all went to Shaq for something. So we're standing around him. He doesn't have a shirt on, but he has his boxers on. Now I'm standing right beside him. Okay. Remember,
Mhm.
I'm all of 5'2".
So
Okay.
this is like 2 feet over you.
Well, really, and then and standing next to him, I realized that well, yeah, he is a big man, but he's wider than
Mm-hmm.
he is. You know, he seems wider than taller. Listen, man, we sitting here trying to ask this man questions, and we had notebooks. I had a little recorder that I would hold up under my notebook, you know, just so I could have my notes when I got back to my computer. But for the most part, we wrote everything. We took short notes. And I would usually hold mine like this because that would block me from having to see their penis. Okay. If I had it right here, then I didn't have to look at that. If
Right,
I, you
gotcha.
know, and I that was my tactic. So I could get done what I needed to get done and I didn't have to cuss nobody. I didn't have no fight in the locker room because I have had a fight with an NBA player. Um, this Joker is standing, he's kind of to the side of me, not necessarily in front of me. We're kind of like side by side. But the whole time he is talking, he is holding his little wee wee in his boxes, just sitting there playing with it the whole time. The whole time. The whole
No,
time.
papi.
Fondling himself.
No, Poppy, no.
No, papi, no.
And I was like, okay, first of all, that looked like a jack ball. I mean, what in the world? How is you this big and this is all that can fit in your hand?
Wait, hold on. It looks like a what?
A jack ball.
What is a jack ball?
You know, we played jacks when we was little. The little ball that you bounce and you pick the jacks up.
Come on. But the jack ball was just a little regular red ball.
Yeah, it's a little round ball.
Yeah, it was just a little
I don't
regular
have
rubber
nothing to.
ball. I haven't played jacks in forever.
Well,
I can play
listen,
jacks again.
he
You
was
got to bounce
using
the
he
ball
was
and you got to
using
switch up the jack.
these little fingers. It was little. I mean, and he just sat there and played with himself the whole time. And they would do stuff like that on purpose to try to like throw you out. It would piss me off because I'd be like, this is some disrespectful shit. I
Right,
don't come out there and interrupt you while you doing your job. This is
right.
what pays my bills.
Mm-hmm.
This what I went to school for. This is what I wanted to do. And y'all are just assholes. And
Well,
they
you see,
were.
and that also explains probably why everybody, now I guess they ain't got to go in the locker room. They do the press conferences. They go to the press room, and nobody got to come in the locker room no more. If that's what it looks like now. They go sit
Well,
at a dais at a desk and do the press conference now to stop that kind of stuff because you got assholes like that who don't know how to act around women, who don't
and
know how
then
to have decorum.
you do have some men and women
Mm-hmm.
reporters that are just groupies, just who can I take a picture? It's like we have to get stories. I work for a newspaper. I got to get the story out. Some of them work for them little. Well, I won't say that, but some people just were not professional. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess with the players, because like my home team was Dallas. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
once they got used to me, then once they realized, oh, okay, that's her. So they were cool. They were respectful. I didn't really have any problems with the home team,
Right.
but it was when the visitors would come in that there was a problem that led me to have a issue with one. We had to have some
Oh.
real words.
Well, I want that story too one day. We're going to have to get into that story one day. Because I'm
Mhm.
totally fascinated. Because I haven't heard the story. Well, I have. Have I heard
I
the
think
story?
you have, but I refuse to say his name because of what he said, and like I refuse to give him this extra attention. I refuse to give him this extra attention. I really do. But I had a player hit me in front of some other men, and that's kind of why my attitude towards men is a little different because men have stood there and watched me be violated and said nothing but wanted to gain off of it. Like people wanted to write a story on what this, because it would have been big news. It would have been
Right.
real big news, considering the person that it was. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, nah, you can't write a story. Y'all didn't. I had to stand there, little 5'2" me against this 6'5" man and defend myself. And even when I'm defending myself, nobody said nothing. And we're not talking about 40-year-old Shani. We talking about 20. I wasn't even 21. I couldn't even drink.
Mm-hmm.
We talking about 20 year old Shani. And all y'all in here 35 plus, and you just stand there and let this big old man that I ain't even saying nothing to. I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to another player. This man got up out of his little bunk and came over to me. But I will say I'm not the only woman that he did like that, because there was another girl, a reporter down in Houston, and I always wore a pantsuit. Like I think I wore a dress one time, a suit, a suit that was a dress and a jacket one time. Um, but I always wore pants and flat shoes and my blazers and stuff. And but this one particular reporter in Houston, she had some cute suits too, but they were fitted and they were tight, and
Mm-hmm.
her little skirt was always short. Child, one time we was in the locker room and she was in there talking to somebody else, minding her business, not minding this stupid player.
Right.
He got up and walked over and slapped her on the back of her leg. Like it was so loud.
Right.
Like you heard it through the whole locker room. And I was like, see, this joke is crazy. I need to get a pistol. Cause I promise if he ever touch me again, I'ma shoot him dead.
but but then again, this is something that a lot of y'all women had to deal with in the sports world, was the fact that you're dealing with a bunch of entitled ass athletes who get the world handed to them on a silver platter, and no repercussions or nothing like that. Even um and then you got the reporters who too scared. They don't want to get their credentials revoked. They don't want to get, I don't want to get on the bad side of the franchise so I can get locked out of the perks and then, this stuff. And they will a lot of people will move their moral ground and their principles to maintain whatever it is that they're trying to hold on to, whatever kind of perks that they get that comes with that. And that's
Yeah.
unfortunate and sad. That's
Yeah, that
unfortunate
was
and
only
sad.
one person that said something. This guy named Mark Stein that worked at the Dallas Morning News with me.
Mark
He
Stein,
he
and Mark Stein's a major reporter now.
he
I think he
was
works for the New York Times now.
he was out of town that day
Uh-huh.
that this happened, because usually he would be with me.
Uh-huh.
So if he was usually with me, but that day he was out of town. When he got back to town, he said, "I heard this happened. Is that true?" I said, "Yeah," and he said, "And nobody did anything." I said, "No," and he said, "Well, are you gonna allow them to write a story on it?" Nope. If they do, I'll sue them.
Mm-hmm. But why would now explain to the people, why wouldn't you allow them to write the story? Because I think a lot of people
Because
will find that kind of, you know.
don't 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 try to capitalize off of my victimization. You wouldn't stand now if somebody, and it was some black men reporters in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Mark Stein is not a black man. Y'all
Right.
can pretty much tell by his last name. He is not a black man. Okay, but there were black men in there that knew me, knew my age, knew that I was young, knew that I was new, and nobody stood up. Now, if somebody, when that happened, if somebody would have went up to dude and said, "Man, you need to chill. Don't you ever put your hands on another woman in front of me
Mm-hmm.
again." Because I mean, dude was like, his mouth was some. If I didn't have a mouth, like if I wasn't Louise's daughter and Ovi's granddaughter, I probably would have broke down,
Mm-hmm.
because that's an intimidating world. And that day, I believe I was the only female in the locker room, and I'm in the visitors' locker room. I'm not in my home team's locker room, so it's
Right.
it's different.
Right.
But no, if somebody would have said something to him, checked him, something, then I would have let that person write a story on it, because that would have been a big story. This one, like this is a star. This person is still this person is on TV right now,
Mm.
working for one of the majors.
Mm.
Okay. So it would have been a big deal, because he even said to me after we had our exchange, well, I guess you gonna sue me now. I said, baby, sue you for what? Your money ain't even worth my time. You know,
Huh.
you could go on, but no, they can't write no story on it. If they write a story, they could possibly get awards for that. That's more money. You know, they get the recognition. No, you don't get to write no story and make me out to be a little weak woman and I had to stand up for myself. No, don't come do the damsel in distress. Let me save you. When the shit was popping off, you wouldn't stand up. You wouldn't take that bullet for me then. So
Mm-hmm.
no, don't write no story on me. No.
Let me ask you this, because goes into a deeper topic, as far as with women are concerned, as far as things that y'all have to deal with, and do you think this is one of the reasons why a lot of people find it hard for like the position that you took? You chose not to put this out there and make it public knowledge and put him on blast and all this other stuff. Do you think this is one of the issues why a lot of women get harassed and don't say nothing,
Um,
or don't get believed when we do, even still, after all these years, you still see this as happening, and people still object the minute a woman says something like that?
I just think when I think some women are afraid to say something. I'll talk about me because I've been in some
Right.
situations, like some domestic violence situations, that people were like, I can't believe you were going through that. And it wasn't that I was scared to tell. It's more embarrassed
Mm-hmm.
than anything for me. And that's the case for some women, because people look at it like, oh, she would probably never be in a situation like that. Yeah, we get in situations like that, but how we react is different. So, if you hit me, you getting hit back. Okay? Understand that you're gonna get hit back. I just I ain't never been one to somebody hit me and you know,
Oh,
now,
okay.
if somebody, go crazy enough, I'm smart enough to, know what I need to do to get myself out of it. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
one that will retaliate back. But when something like that happens, it's for me, it's like, first of all, what is going on here, and how did we even get to this? It takes you. Well, for me, it took me off guard. Like, wait a minute, what did this just happen? And then you don't necessarily want to talk about that. It's embarrassing, you know,
No, I feel you. No, no, I understand,
because it's
but like I said, I'm we see these stories of women coming out and telling the stories of their abuse and the things that they dealt with when it came to men and stuff like that. And the immediate reaction is, "But why ain't said nothing when it happened? Why ain't said this and this and the third?" And I know there's probably somebody watching this show or listening to the show right now probably saying the exact same thing. Well, Shani, why you ain't said nothing? Why you ain't did this? So, and that was the gist of my
well,
question.
you do something. They do something at the time, and they do, or you do what you think is best. Just because what they did wasn't run and go tell everybody doesn't mean that they didn't do anything. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it kills me. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And that was kind of my situation. I'm in a situation with a black man. You don't want to call the cops on him. You don't want to, and you hear people say, don't call the cops on that black man. Let him go on and do his job, have his career. And so that's what you try to do. You try to do that. But then when you're dealing with a narcissist, a person that doesn't understand, because sometimes it is okay, well, this happened, and since this happened, I'm gonna have to end this relationship. We're not gonna be able to do this. But you go your way and I'm gonna go my way. And for me, that doesn't go over well when you tell somebody that, because they like, nah, I want to beat you and I want to be with you. I want to disrespect you, and they don't say those words, but basically that's what they're saying. It's like, well,
Right.
I said I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry too. Okay, but this has to end. So that's when, for my situation, that's when stuff started escalating and it got to that other level.
Mm-hmm.
So on the surface, when it happened, I did do something. Okay, I didn't put him in jail, which was wrong. So now I tell women, if he hit you, put him in jail. Hey, if they come out there and shoot him, oh well.
Oh
It's
well.
you or him. You or him.
Well,
Your sanity or his.
well, it's also their career too. I mean, look. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now, black women do not stop with that. Okay, stop with that.
I
Stop.
mean, yeah, but you got to understand, we've been told that we're not supportive of black men. We don't
Mm-mm.
do X, Y, and Z for black men. And that's the
That's not being.
part
That's
that
not
that
love and
that nah,
supporting the
nah, nah,
hitting
nah,
you.
nah. No, no, no. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you what we have been told. What we have been told and conditioned to is that we're not supportive. No, we're too hard on black men. That's why they steer to the other people, which is, fine if that's their thing. And we should be a little bit lenient with them to a certain way. And it's easy to say that now, like the same way you shaking your head is the same way a group will sit up and say the complete opposite when that's not in play. And even without somebody hitting you, because it don't necessarily have to be somebody hitting you, it could be the person's actions. And it's always, well, you have to be understanding, you have to compromise, you have to understand. Now I ain't got to understand a damn thing other than
Right.
how I feel. And that's the thing. When I say black women are, like Malcolm said, the most disrespected thing, our feelings are not valid.
Mm-hmm.
We always have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what you have to understand. And that's how we're conditioned. And guess what we do? We understand and we compromise and we say, okay, well, it's gonna get better, and we have hope. All of that is pushed in us, and it starts coming out. But
Right.
then if you say, look, I ain't gonna deal with this, I'm getting ready to move on, then now you the B word and you too hard, and that's why you gonna be by yourself. And okay, well, if that's what it takes for, I got to be by myself to be happy, then okay. But
Right.
it takes some time to get to that, because you don't just have men telling you this, you have older women telling you this.
Mm-hmm. 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 And but that's a problem though. That is a problem. I mean, like that's something we got to start getting our people out of, because, like Leslie said, mental abuse is just as bad as physical abuse. The mental. I think
It's worse.
what y'all are being told. If this is what the black women are being conditioned and trained to, y'all are being mentally abused from parenthood, from your parents, telling you that you got to sit there and be accepting of abuse and mistreatment, and you can't speak freely. This is why I keep saying about I'm a male feminist, because
Yeah, you
I think
gotta let
that's
a man be a man. You
like that.
shouldn't
I
say
think that's
some
all
things
BS.
to
I think
them.
that's
And
all
it's
BS.
like,
That's why
why
half
I
of
got to
y'all.
bite my tongue and I can't just say, whatever. But then if I tell a man, okay, you need to, you know, pull some things together.
Hmm.
If I'm with you and I'm telling you this, that's because we a team. That's
Right.
not because I'm trying to tear you down.
Right.
It's like, okay, dude, we got to get down this road. Come on, what's going on? But what I found, and it's not all men, it's
Hmm.
not all,
Right.
but what I have run into were uh men that were looking for mamas.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
can't be your mama. I got two kids and I can have another baby. I don't want no 40-year-old baby. Okay.
It's a known fact that both men and women are looking for someone that is similar to their parents in most relationships. Most
No,
women are
no,
looking for a
I'm
guy
not.
that.
I'm not
Most
talking
women
about
are looking for a
similar.
guy that. If you most women are looking for a guy that's like their daddy, and
I'm
it's the
I'm
same
not talking
thing.
about looking for somebody that's like. I mean, they looking for someone that, okay, a mom. What will a mom do? A mom is gonna love you unconditionally.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
can
Hmm.
continually mess up with your mom, and you will never lose your mom. Your mom is
Hmm.
your mom. Okay, you can't bring that same
Right.
ideology over here,
Right.
because you ain't gonna keep spilling milk in the kitchen, and I keep wiping it up. Oh
For
no.
starters, if your grown ass out here still spilling milk every damn day, got you go sit hole in the lip with your hole in your lip. Go sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah,
Grow up
yeah,
and be
absolutely. Yeah, I'm
put
not
your
gonna. I can't do that. And
drink with
and
two hands like y'all president.
when you
Well,
hear
old president, should I say?
when I've heard men talk about what their ideal woman is, it's always a description of a mom. You know, I want somebody that's gonna support me, be supportive, and have my back, and
It's the same.
you
It's the
know,
same with. It's the
it's
same. It's the same.
all
It's
this
in
stuff.
reverse.
Nah, it ain't, cause I don't want no daddy as my man.
You don't
I
have to
mean,
have a
now,
daddy, but you want.
now,
But you
your
want daddy
daddy,
qualities. You want a man that's gonna take care and
now
provide for
your
you.
daddy, Mr. Green.
Oh, here we go. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's why, look, no, I didn't say that you want a daddy. I said y'all want daddy qualities.
Yeah,
You want,
dad having daddy qualities and a daddy is two different things. And what I'm saying is, men want another mama, not somebody with mama qualities. They want
nah, they
another
want mama
mama.
qualities. They don't want their
No,
mama. Ain't nobody trying to have sex with their mama.
they not. Yes, they
Look,
are.
ain't nobody trying to have sex with their mama.
Apparently they are, because they don't want anybody to, well, not all. Let me just preface this, not all, but they don't want anybody to hold them accountable for what they do. They just want to do what they do, tear some shit up like a little kid. And then you say, "Oh, Johnny, that's not the right thing to do. We're going to work on this together." No, get yourself together. Get your whole self together, because I promise you that you ain't talking to me because I'm half behind. You are not talking to me because I'm mediocre. You trying to
Well,
level up. You
well,
want to
no.
be upgraded. That's why
Some
you
people don't
talk to
want to be
me.
upgraded, but some people
Shoot.
don't want to be upgraded. Some people want you to just be you and be where you and be in this space to exist. Again, I'm
Well,
not
we
disagreeing.
have
Look,
not found that person.
let me go ahead and say this. I'm not disagreeing with you on the point about the mamas because yes, I tell I tell my wife this all the time. Is that because I got 3 sons? I got 3 sons. I got boys. So and I tell her all the time, these boys are going to look for a person with qualities like you. They're going to look. That's who they're going to be looking for. And I know this for a fact because I grew up like that. But I didn't want nobody that was like my mama. But at the same time, mama quality is the same for both sides. Because even women, y'all looking for a man that's gonna provide and take care of you. That's what daddy's supposed to be doing, right? That's what daddy's supposed to do, right? Provide and take care for the family, right? That's what he's supposed to be doing, right? You, and daddy love you unconditionally. But daddy will check you.
Not necessarily.
So
I mean, that
daddy will
ain't
check,
ever.
and daddy will put you in your place when you need to be put in your place. So that's what y'all. Those are the same qualities that y'all looking for. We all looking for somebody that's because our first symbol of love in this world is our parents. That's our first teachers of love on this planet is the parent. Okay, you would agree with that.
I agree with
That
that.
is that is our first inkling and understanding of love comes from our parents. So of course, it is only natural that we all will want somebody that is going to be similar to the person that has loved us unconditionally from day one. This is the first person that has shown us love is mama and daddy. So of course you want somebody that's like that. That's your first teacher. So, and that doesn't make it a bad thing though. It doesn't make it a bad thing because this is just basic psychology. This is who we're looking for. We want somebody that's going to love us like our parents did. But if you didn't grow up in a two-parent household, then you won't get a good understanding on how that dynamic works as far as when you go into the real world yourself. Unless you had that dynamic of seeing, two happily married people. That's one of the reasons why I had no problem getting married at 23. Like I say, I knocked out all my hoeing ways and my I got all my hoeing ways and all my tomfoolery out the way. And by the time I hit 23, I was like, okay, I can settle this down because I saw the peace that my parents had. I saw it wasn't all peace, but I saw a lot of the
Yeah.
peace and understanding that they had, and I wanted that in my life. And that's why I was happy with the position I'm in. But again, that's the psychology of it. Is basically your first teacher is your parents. So naturally, who are you going to emulate? Even in terms of relationships and love, it's the parent that's teaching you. So, and like I say, what's great about you is I know them girls ain't gonna have no problems because you teaching them You don't need to be. You don't have to even be bothered with this nonsense to even be involved in a relationship. You don't really have to do a relationship if you don't want to.
Well, I don't think that that's all good though. I mean, I don't. I honestly don't because like I didn't necessarily some girls don't want someone like their dad. But
Mm-hmm.
what happens is you end up being with somebody like your daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
No, no, like I say, you're not actively seeking this person,
Yeah, but
but because of the
that's
qualities
what
of this person subconsciously, you don't know that's your
this is
daddy.
what you attract.
Because
Yes.
that's what you've been taught.
So, you know, but no, I wish that my girls, for my girls, they have strong female figures. I
Mm-hmm.
had strong female figures,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it made me a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So there's certain things that I look at some of my friends that are married, have been married 20, years, 15, 16 years, that I just don't possess them qualities. And I just don't. It's not that I don't want to be married. It's not that I don't want to have a relationship or anything like that. It's just certain things that I just can't. I don't have to be in control, that I don't, because I do believe in structure, and I believe there has to be a structure, and you got to understand what that structure is. And if there's a man in the house, that doesn't mean that he is just the dictator and he tell us all what to do. Yeah, there should be some compromise there, and there should be able to be communication there.
Right.
At the end of the day, what I have learned, if the man wants to make a decision that's bad, and I done already said, listen, that's not gonna work because of X, Y, and Z, you just gotta let him walk down that road and tear it up.
Mm-hmm.
When he tear it up and got to put it back together by himself, then he know.
Right. Right. So,
Ain't
well,
no need
that
of
is what
you,
it is.
you spazzing out. Okay. Oh, you want to go buy that car? Okay, well, go on then.
Go on
Get the
then.
car. Get the car.
Go
But
on
6 months
then.
later, don't be coming back to me. So I shouldn't have got this car. I know I said that, and there's little things like that,
Mm-hmm.
but I hope that what I try to teach my girls is to be more open to
Mm-hmm.
things. Yes, no, take care of yourself. I want them to have higher standards than me.
Okay.
I don't want them to be as, because, and I don't care, I'm gonna say it, I done took on some community service projects that I knew I didn't have no business, but just trying to be like, well, I don't want to judge people, and everybody should have a chance. No, everybody shouldn't have a chance. Some people don't deserve a chance.
Did I get this right? You said I took on some community service projects,
Yeah, some community
some,
service
some,
projects. Yeah.
some, some
Some
reclamation
people
projects, some
don't some people don't deserve a chance. Some
some
people
rescue
don't.
missions. You went on some rescue missions. You try to save them.
Yeah, you think that, oh, okay, this person has these dreams, and they want to do this, but if you don't, you can lead the horse to water. That's the best thing I say. You lead the horse to the water, but if they won't drink, ain't nothing you can do. And
Right.
that's been my experience. People have wanted to connect with me because they like, oh, she can get me to here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's presented as, oh, we're this team and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that together. But that ain't it.
Right.
That's not how that plays out. It's a very selfish thing, something that they're in for themselves. They just want to achieve what they trying to achieve,
Right. I got you.
career wise, or and they don't have the first clue. That's the main thing. They don't have the first clue, nor do they even understand what they trying to get themselves into
Right.
walking in my world.
Right. I got you.
We just make this look easy.
Right. Right. No doubt. Well, we just make this look easy because it's been an hour and it is now time for us to go. It's now time for us to go. But don't forget to download the Media Room 360 app in your app store right now.
Yeah, big
Download
things
it. It's a
coming.
free download, and you can watch this show and also some other great programming on the Media Room 360 app. 24/7, 365, and stream it to your Roku device or whatever your other devices are. And don't forget about ActionsAidsRide.com happening Super Bowl Sunday at Top Golf in Dallas. I'm gonna be in the building. Shani Scott gonna be in the building. We all gonna be in the building. Give them the rundown, sis. Give them the
Yeah,
rundown.
you know what? I think Jarvis is going to be in the building too because I talked
Oh
to them
snap! Let's
today.
get it.
So,
Let's get it.
yeah,
Everybody
go
in the
to
building.
actionsaidride.com. We want you guys to come out, play some golf with us for an excellent cause. Action Jackson is riding 545 miles from San Francisco to Los Angeles in the name of AIDS and HIV prevention, HIV and AIDS prevention. So please join us there. Log on to the website. You can sign up to play in a bay. You're going to get 3 hours of golf play, food, not snacks, food, and
Food.
bottomless fountain drinks. All right.
No doubt.
So for more details, go there. You can email us or either call us if you got questions.
No doubt. So hit us up. Join us for that. It's gonna be a great event. And time for us to get up out of here, though. I will see you guys back here this afternoon on the all-new
Yeah,
1073 Kiss FM. Ricky Smiley Mornings, the #1 for R&B. Listen live at 1073KissFM, Texas.com, and inside the KISX app. And also, I'll see y'all tomorrow night in the streets of Tyler, 4414 Watson Road. It is the Empire Lounge. Jeter Jones, Brown Liquor Music. We live. Brown Liquor Music also tomorrow. WTUG, WBOB, and we might be picking up a third affiliate right now as we speak. So I
Hey.
just got an email about a third affiliate. So get ready. We're
All
going
right.
nationwide with it. Brown Liquor Music, the best of the soul and blues this weekend. And I'll see y'all this afternoon on 1073 Kiss FM. Have a great weekend. Wear your damn mask. Do what the hell you're supposed to do to duck this Rona. All right? And we will see you guys back here on Monday, the king and queen of some media.